Hi, everybody. I'm in live again in the community. I'm just popping up. Hi, Tina. I'm just popping in because we've got loads of new members this week, which is lovely, really good. But I'm very conscious that there will be a lot of people trying to find their way around the community, trying to find things for the first time, not knowing quite where things are or how to do things. So I thought what I'd do is a very quick run through of navigation so that new members can find things a bit more quickly, and then also a refresher for loads of us of where things are and how to do things and where to find things. So that's what I just thought I'd pop in and do now whilst I've got a spare second. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share my screen in a minute and run through the basics of how you find things in the community. If any of you are watching live and there's questions about things that you can't find or you don't know how to do, pop them there and I can make sure I show those as well. But in the meantime, lovely to see you all anyway. It's still a novelty to me, this going live. But anyway, I'm going to try and share my screen. And how do I find? Maybe if I do this, let's see what happens. Oh no, that looks very weird. That's not what I wanted to show. Look at that, Steve. Really weird screen. So let me stop sharing that and see how I share. How do I share a screen? I've done this before. I can do this. How do I share the community when I'm in the community? That's a weird thing. Let me just see what happens if I do this. Okay, this might work. Let's just try. I've got a second tab open. Haha, cunning. Hopefully now you can all see inside what I can see in the community. No? Huh. But it says that it's sharing this tab. Yeah, okay. So you can see the bulletin board? Yeah, okay, cool. Right. Got there in the end. Right, so even I struggle sometimes. I think that's better. I think, right, okay. So, few things. This is just the basics for people when you're coming into the community for the first time, and how you can find things and what you need to do. So the first thing people should do is to set up your profile. So if you see here in the very top right hand screen, you can see a little mini picture of me. You will see a little icon, if you haven't put a picture in yet, of a little icon will be coloured or something, a graphic, and that's where you want to add your own photos. If you click on that and go to personal settings, there is somewhere where you can edit your profile, and that's where you can add your photo, add your name, a little description. You can also here add any links to things like if you have an Instagram or a Facebook account that you want to share with people, a Ravelry account maybe, those can all go there. You can add your location, and then you would just save all of that. So that's the first thing to do. That's fairly straightforward. The second thing is just kind of having a bit of a browse around and seeing what's going on. And the very first place, you've got down the left-hand side lots of different tabs, or they're called collections, but everywhere you see an arrow and something in bold capitals, that's like a section. And if you click on the arrow and expand it, you'll have all the different spaces within that collection. So when you're on the Community Hub, the main place to go is the bulletin board. And that's like a main activity feed for everything that's going on. And that's where everybody can posts for themselves or articles, or you can read what other people have posted, and you can share things, you can like them, you can comment on them. So you've got ways of, one of the brilliant things about this in comparison to Facebook is you don't have algorithms. So you can choose how your activity feed appears. You can either show everything, or just for things from hosts, just questions, just from people near to you. So if I did that, who's going to come up? Me. I'm not sure, Katie. And you can change these posts into smaller blocks if you find it. Sometimes if you click on here to go to list view, it's easier to run through all the different posts and see what people have put there. You can also sort it. So I quite often go either last activity, which will be the last thing someone has either commented on or cheered or added, or if you just go to newest, then those will be the latest posts that have been added. So I'm going to go everything newest in list view, and it's just going to show me all the latest things that have been added there. And then if you want to like things or cheer things, you can click into the post and you can go down, you can read it. You can add a little heart if you want to like it. And then you can go below and you can add your own comment below if you want to. You can also follow people. So if you want to make sure that you're always seeing, there's someone in the community in particular that always writes really interesting stuff, or has the same machine as you perhaps, or lives near you or something like that. If you click follow, then you're going to make sure that anytime they post something, you always see that, or you'll get a notification about it, depending on how you've gotten your notifications set. I'll come to notifications in a minute. So you should see that people there have commented on things, and you can comment on something yourself. So you can just go to the box at the bottom and add a comment there. If you want to tag somebody, that's a better way of getting their attention, because you'll pop up in their notifications. So quite often, if you want to reply to someone's post, this is Donna's post. If I want to make sure that Donna sees my reply, I want to tag her. I do the @ sign and then start typing her name, and it will bring me a list up of, oh, look at all those Donnas that we have in the community. And I can pick the one I want. And when it adds it in red like that, you can see that it's a tag, and it means that Donna's going to get notified about whatever I put in my comment. And then you press comment there and it adds it. If you want to add a photo to your comment, you just click on add photo or file. So you might want to add a PDF pattern or some notes or something. You click on that and it will take you to your computer's folder, and you can navigate and find the image that you want to add. So that's how you do that. I'm not going to add a comment at this stage, so I'm just going to cancel that and come on the cross here at the top. I can come back out of that activity. So the other thing I was going to show was notifications. If you go back to your profile at the top right and go back to personal settings, there's a notifications tab, and this is where you can choose what you get notifications on. So if you want, you can get email updates, and those can either be one by one or a summary at the end of each day. I would never go for one by one. You'll be absolutely inundated in your emails. I don't even go for a summary by the day anymore, but you can do if you want. And then you can choose down here which things you want to be notified by. And there's a whole host of them. And there's also different spaces that you can be notified about as well. So I won't go through all of those, but you can spend time just going through those and deciding what you want to receive as notifications. And then what will happen is, you can see here at the top right, I've got 96 notifications I haven't looked at yet, and 3 direct messages as well. So direct messages is a way you can send kind of personal messages to people that aren't seen by all the other members. So sometimes you might want to contact Steve because you've got a billing inquiry, or Katie because you want to maybe suggest somebody for a new talk or something. You can go into there and click the plus at the top and create a new chat with somebody, or you can reply to one of the ones where someone sent you a DM. So that's all of that. So this is just a bulletin board. This is kind of like day-to-day activity and that kind of thing. You've then got all these other things down the left-hand side. And again, I'm not going to go through everything now because this is just a quick, just to get you started. But all of these areas down the left, you can spend some time kind of clicking into them and seeing what's there. But one of the first ones you might want to go to up at the top here is events, because we always have new events happening most weeks. And quite often you either want to join live or you want to maybe watch the recording afterwards. So for example, we've got tonight, we've got a live event with Jenny Allison. So that's the first of the knit along for this month, which is the pattern cutting and shaping that starts tonight. So if you wanted to join an event, you could click in there, click on the RSVP button. I've already done it for this one. So it already says that I'm going. If you hadn't, it would allow there to be a button here where you could say you wanted to RSVP. And what that will mean is it will always show you the time here in your local time zone. So it's 7 p.m. here in the UK. If you're in a different time zone to me, it will show that in your time zone, so you'll always know. And if you RSVP, the bonus to that is you will get a reminder in your notifications, however you set your notifications, just before it's about to start as well with the Zoom link. But the Zoom link's here in red for when you want to join. And the details about the event are there, and any comments that anybody's put are underneath. So that is the live event. So you can kind of see what's been going on. If there's something that you know has already happened, so this is the upcoming events at the top. If I go to the past events, you can see what has happened previously. So you can see, oh, here's that double bed jacquard class with Bill King. I want to watch the recording of that. All the recordings are in our video vault, which is one of these sections down the left-hand side. So if you went to video vault and you went to, there's different areas, but if you go to the main index, everything will be there. And you can see it's by presenter. So you could just click on Bill King and see what's there. And again, if you sort it by newest, then Bill's double bed jacquard class is there at the top, so you click into that and you've got the handout and you've got the video recording that you can watch. So that's the easy way to find any previous events. What else did I want to show you? So those are live events. So those are things that you want to join live or watch the recording of, but we have lots of other stuff that you can actually work through in your own time. The first thing maybe to look at is the ambition track, which is a tool we've put here to help you kind of decide where you're at the moment and what things you might want to do next to progress your machine knitting. So you can click on the how to use and you can have a read through there, and that takes you through all the different levels and helps you to choose which one you're at. And helps you to pick things to do next as well. So you can do that. But one of the things we quite often recommend in the ambition track are workshops and knit-alongs to join in with. So workshops are all self-paced. If you click in there, there's a whole load of different ones you can pick from. So depending where you're up to, there's one on blocking your knits, there's one on adapting hand knit patterns to machine knit patterns. For people who are really, really new to machine knitting, we always recommend starting with Intro to Machine Knitting Part 1 and Part 2. And for people who are trying to get to know their ribber, there's the Understanding Your Ribber workshop, which is a really good comprehensive one as well, so you can try that. So there's all those self-paced workshops that you can just work through in your own time. So if I go to the Intro to Machine Knit, click into it, and if you can see, there's the summary page with the details, and then there's a lessons page, and that's where all the different steps for the workshop are in. And you can just start on one of the lessons, work your way through, and you'll see them all on the left-hand side. Or at the bottom, you can just click on to the next lesson each time and view it that way. So that's a really, really quick run through on workshops. You also have knit-alongs, which are to knit a certain thing. So obviously the class with Jenny that's running live is actually a knit-along for the whole of this month. So that's going to be here under pattern cutting and shaping. So if you go into there, you'll see at the moment we've just got week 1 opened up because that's this week, it's starting. If you go into there, there'll be the details of tonight's lesson, and then once the lessons run, this is where the recording will appear. And then next week, week 2 will open up, and the recording will go in there, and so on. So hopefully that makes sense. And we also have masterclasses here. Those are the only bit that you pay extra for, masterclasses. So there's plenty of other stuff that you can do that you don't need to join in on those, but sometimes people like to knit something along with the designer. So there's different projects there. At the moment, we don't have a live one of these running. So these are all ones that have run previously. So you would join those and you will get all the video recordings from the previous sessions. And then there's lots of other areas down that side as well. So I don't want to go into all of them now, because if you are new, that's more than enough to be looking at. Just to add that at the very top, you see My Digest, which is the place that brings everything together. So if you remember, I showed you the bulletin board, first of all, but there's also all these other spaces like Jenny's Knit Along, like some of the workshops. Your digest is a summary of all of those things added together. So it will just have a bit more in it than the bulletin board. And sometimes this is the easiest place to come just to see what the latest activity is in all the spaces that you're interested in. So now when you look at here, you can see I'm just going to change it again to newest. It's going to bring up all the latest activity of all the different spaces that I'm involved in. Which for me is almost all of them, but it might not be for you. But you can see all the different stuff there, and you can just click into any of those. And that's about it, I think, for a very, very quick run through. I just wanted to do this before Jenny's class tonight, in case any of our new members do want to join us for that. The best way is to just go to events, click in the first event, which is happening tonight, click the RSVP to join. You'll get the reminder, you'll see what time it's happening, and you can click on that Zoom link and you'll be able to watch the class live. And if you can't join us live, that's absolutely fine. The video will be added tomorrow and you can watch the recording anytime you want. Is there anything else anybody has any questions about? I'm just going to stop. I'm going to check the chat first of all and see what appears there. I'll try to. Let me stop the share. Okay, gone a bit slow. Okay, no, that's fine. That's just Tina popping in and popping out. Lovely to see so many of you here. I hope some of you are going to join us this evening for Jenny's first class. It's going to be a really good one. So I'm really looking forward to that. So for anybody of you who's going to join us, I will see you this evening. And hope this has helped a little bit for any of our new members who are trying to find things, or any of our members who are trying to find things. I hope this has been useful. Lovely to see you all, and I will see you all again soon. Take care. Bye.